What's going on, guys? Roman the Romer here. I'm here with Miles, and I consider him a student of mine. A couple years ago, it wasn't even a couple years ago. Last year, you couldn't get in a bar, could you?
Yeah, so that was August 2019 is when we met for the first time in person.
Yeah. So last August, he couldn't get into a bar, and now during quarantine, he saved over close to $100,000. You started with $6,000, and is it your Vanguard portfolio? Is that what it is?
So that was in my Roth IRA. So for 2019, I'd maxed my Roth IRA with the $6,000 that went into it, and then I didn't do anything till this year. And then so this year I maxed my Roth IRA again for 2019 and 2020. The first one was 2018, but you delay contributions. Like you can do it like 2 months or 3 months into the year. And then I started funding my brokerage as well. And I just been like during quarantine reading a lot, looking at different blogs and everything, and really studying like financial independence and the idea that there gets to a certain point, if you have your expenses under control, that the money you have saved up will grow regardless of whatever you do passively based on average returns faster than you can spend it. So therefore, you could theoretically live and never run out of money. So that's what I've really started working towards over the past 6 months aggressively.
Gotcha. So kind of walk us through, you had $6,000 back in March.
Yeah.
And when you say like max your Roth IRA versus like Vanguard, or these like separate things, I literally know nothing.
Yeah, so Roth IRA is an individual retirement account that's tax advantaged. It's similar to a 401k, but 401k is employer sponsored. You have to do it through your employer. So Roth IRA, you get more control over, and you can put up to $6,000 a year if you're under that. Once you hit 50 or 55, I think you can put $7,000 in. But really the key was that, so I had been reselling for several years. Prior to this year, I probably made about 50 to 60 grand profit. The thing was, because I've been in school and still been living at home, that money didn't go anywhere for the most part. I still had it. It might not have been cash, but it would have been in either inventory or it could have been cash reserves. So a good bit of that 50 to 60 grand I had made between 2019, 2018, 2017, a little bit prior, had stayed with me because I didn't spend it. Besides taxes and the expenses, a few $100 here and there per month. So that was the thing, was I had lots of inventory, and that money hadn't gone anywhere. And this was the year I really started using credit more. So I flip a lot off credit, and I hedge the leverage I use within the reselling business month to month on different credit cards, hedging it against other income streams that don't require money, which could be social media marketing I do for some different clients. It could be core sales.
What does that mean exactly? When you say the word hedging, what do you mean by hedging? Yeah,
so basically, honestly, it's going to be a little hard for me to explain, but so I know I have money coming in that I don't invest money to get, like information products, client work and everything. So right. I can leverage out the reselling business, and even if I only pay off 80% of the credit card bill with the reselling business, I know that other 20% is going to be covered. And then that 20% of shoes that I didn't sell yet goes into the next month. And
where are you learning this concept? Is this from a certain book or a certain podcast?
Yeah, so I kind of developed it like reading a combination of different things. But basically the leveraging stuff, it was taught to me by other shoe guys, definitely. That just have it heavily leveraged, and they make shit tons of points and rewards through credit cards and everything. But the the financial independence and the investing, like really hard stuff, was through some blogs. Mr. Money Mustache, especially, you would love him. I'll send you. You would really like this dude.
Okay.
So he's like the godfather of the financial independence movement. And then a whole bunch of books like Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game.
Okay.
Can't think of any others off the top of my head really, but just the idea that, over decades, if you build up enough money, in passively manage, it could be real estate, it could be equities, it could be a business, that it'll, pay for your cost of living and then some, and that extra money that gets reinvested keeps growing and keeps compounding.
Gotcha.
So I had that $6,000 in March, but that wasn't all I had. That was just all I had invested.
Okay. So you technically didn't make 100,000. You invest. So you had 6,000 invested.
Yeah. So I had 6,000 invested, And then I had inventory. That was the thing, was I've had inventory the whole time. So
mainly the shoe inventory is this.
Yeah, so shoe inventory, and then I have about 1,000 books in Amazon, which probably about 600 of them are at consignment. So that's cool. That spits out between 250 to 1,000 a month profit from that. And then courses, I made a couple over quarantine, which do about between 1,000 and 2,000 a month. But the big thing was realizing that if I have stale shoe inventory, I'll sell it, because sure, I might take a 10% loss on the shoe, but in a year, if I invest that money, I'll have it all back and then some as it continues to grow.
Okay. And when you say invest, you mean put it back into shoes or invest it?
So that's putting it into index funds, which basically index funds are collections of stocks put together. So like, say, the S&P 500, which is the 500 largest companies, at the top, it's like Apple and everything. If Apple goes to zero, there'll be 499 other companies pushing that up. So even if Apple tanks, there's a good chance someone else is doing good. And then the Vanguard account so I buy Vanguard index funds through my Vanguard brokerage and, retirement accounts.
Gotcha. So you had 6,000, you invested some that you had saved up from 2017 to 2015.
Yeah, so it went so I had $6,000 at the start of quarantine, and I immediately put 12 into maxing my 2019, my 2020 IRAs. So that brought it to 20, and the market's really low right now because it was right at the start of quarantine.
Gotcha.
And pretty much I just was doing between high 4 figures and low 5 figures a month in contributions since then. That wasn't all profit, obviously, but I'm more than happy to take some losses here and there on stale inventory because I know it's going to grow regardless.
So you got in at a very good time. Like if you invested a lot in March, whenever.
Yeah, that's the thing, was it's honestly negligible because I keep investing a lot each month. So yes, that money. So I contributed about, I think, 65 grand this year. So make that 70 then, or actually more like 75. I invested, made that 80, and then the 20 grand between the 80 and 100, which I have now, was all investment gains. So that's the appreciation of those assets I was talking.
And so you said that was about $20,000 investment gain.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Each day it goes up, 1 or 2.
That's awesome. So that's literally money working for you.
Money, yeah, 100%. And so that's the plan from here on out, right? So work for active income, and then take that and just whatever because I'll probably move out in the next few months once I'm done with school. And then
that's another thing. You're still you have very little overhead.
Nothing. Yeah. And then obviously being an online business too, that side doesn't have much overhead. So just keep chugging away, keep investing, keep maximizing my credit card use for different rewards and everything. And that's another thing. So I made about 5 grand this year off credit card rewards, points, referrals, and bonuses, which is awesome. And dude, that's the thing. Every single year, it'll be that same way, which is it's so exciting for me.
Yeah, that's really cool. Most people lose so much money with credit card companies.
Yeah, that's the thing. That I want them paying me, not me paying them.
Yeah. So your parents, do they know that you want to? Because I already know that you want to be like an entrepreneur for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
What do they think about you going to college and graduating? And
so
want you to be a doctor?
Yeah, here we go. So that's the thing is, I'm not going to have to be an entrepreneur past 30, 35 if I don't want to, because I'm going to have, so based on the math, if I get $1 million saved up sometime in the next 8 years or regardless, so that $1 million, if it's all invested in stocks, based on average returns of the last 100, however many years, that will grow about 70 grand a year. So even if I spent 40, that it'll still grow each year. So that will just keep going up, and I theoretically never have to work again. And just based on, the hacks we talk about, credit cards and everything, and I'll probably be bored if I was I'll do something to make money. You know what I mean? I just won't have to if I don't want to. That's the plan, is just bust my ass to get there. Gotcha.
So no job after college.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is, the way it's going right now, no. But I'm completely, if it has to, I really don't mind it. But probably lots of travel, lots of grinding. But yeah, probably self-employed for the near future.
Where do you see most? Because I know you're doing a couple of different things. You're doing you're flipping shoes, you're selling books, you're running Facebook ads.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to scale the most, because that's a reputable process, or like a repeatable process that if I find one niche, I can not only get referrals from people I'm currently working with, but I can run paid traffic to testimonials. And say if I strictly work with real estate agents, like that, pretty much the ads would always be the same. It's very, very repeatable just for their area and their Facebook page. So that's what I'm going to scale up the most, I think.
Gotcha. And anyone in the audience who has questions for Miles, go ahead and ask them. I'm sure you guys have a ton of questions. I bet there's a lot of questions that'll come in about your shoe flipping business. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and how you make smart buying decisions? Where do you find these shoes? What's the average ROI? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we try to make about 20% per shoe. I've been doing it for a while, like 5 years at this point now, pretty much 3 years, seriously, 4 years, seriously. But we're sourcing them from, I used to do outlets a lot pre-corona, now it's more online. Like when
I can still hear you, but I'm plugging in my laptop because it's low battery.
All right, no problem. So we source them from online outlets, Marshalls, Foot Locker, Finish Line. They're online and they're brick and mortar components. After a while, you learn to read the data. The nice thing is on apps like Go and StockX, which are where I sell, they show each individual sales data. So you can see, all right, it sells twice a day, it sells once a week, it sells once a month. And then you can make educated buying decisions that way.
And this is on StockX, you said?
StockX and Go, the two main marketplaces.
Okay, so you're sourcing from Marshalls, you're buying them brand new from these outlets.
Almost everything is online right now, for me at least.
Okay. So you're going to Marshalls online?
Oh no, I guess you only heard that part. Mostly it's like Nike.com, Finish.
Okay, gotcha.
Adidas, the biggest retailers.
Gotcha. And what are you spending on average on these shoes?
Yeah, so new release Jordans will be like 160, 190. Like I'll do that all day to make $30 because it sells so good.
That's a lot of credit card rewards points too.
Oh, yeah, that's what
I'm getting on that. You getting like 2%?
Yeah, so if I'm working on a sign up bonus, it'll be insane. It'll be like 20%. Like I just got the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I'll walk through the numbers a little bit on that. So that's a credit card. After you spend $4,000, you get 80,000 points. They just raised the bonus 30% actually to 80,000 points. Those 80,000 points could get you a round trip to Europe, plane ticket, or so like between 1,000 and 1,500 and 1,600 in travel value, or you could take that to cash for 800. So that's just boom. I'm spending that money on flips already, and it's giving me another 20% ROI, getting that 800 cash back, which I'll just boom invest right away and keep it rolling.
So how many credit cards do you have?
So I hadn't gotten any for like 6 months till this week. But I think it's 8 right now.
Okay.
And so there's so many myths about this stuff. And that's the thing is I only recommend it to people if you're like severely super disciplined. But I am, and so it makes sense to do it for me. But so I started last August, and then the day my credit turned 6 months, I got an Amex, and then Amex only hard pulls your credit once. So you can get up to 4 or 5, I think, is their limit, but you only get hard pulled once. So I would get like 1 per quarter, and then I have a couple Chase cards, which I do like 1 per quarter, so that added up pretty quick. But there's lots of benefits, and then through social media and educating people on the opportunity, I'm able to refer them and get additional benefits. So that's been another $1,000. So with the Sapphire Preferred, which I just got, so that 800 from the cash from the sign up bonus, there'll also be other cash back I'm getting from that and points. And I can refer up to 5 people a year to get another 15,000 points per referral. So that's $150 each one. So that's just $750 per life pretty much until they, I guess, clip those bonuses if they ever do.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And you're able to do that all through your Instagram?
Instagram, yeah. So once I hit 10K, I can do swipe ups, which will be way easier. But, it's just posting about stuff, letting people know why I got this card, why it makes sense for me. And then, I get lots of DMs like, what should my first credit card be? So I made a few grand off. Discover has a nice referral system, so I made a few grand off that. People ask me probably once a week, like, what should my first card be? I have it keyboard keyboard shortcutted. I just type in Chrome and it just zooms up and it says, get the Discover card, and then it has my referral link on it. It's pretty sweet. So just educating people about stuff too, that'll help them is able to, refer me on the back end.
I think you got me a couple of referrals for that.
Before I had anything. Yeah. Discover. Because I had maxed mine. So when my mom got hers, I think I had you refer her for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. What advice would you have for people starting out if they're still in college? Most kids aren't making as much money as you are.
Watch YouTube. Like anything you want to know is out on YouTube, and that you can learn real skills just off YouTube videos. Like I didn't know anything about Facebook ads till like pretty much July. I started watching YouTube videos on it, and now I make $2,000 a month, 2 clients at $1,000 a month, and plan on getting as a shit ton more at between $1,000 and $3,000 a month per. And that's just
if you could go back to freshman year, what would you do differently?
I probably wouldn't go to school. I would probably wouldn't go to school, honestly. Okay. I would just see how it went, because you can always go back. And that's the thing is with what we do, like we have actual skills. If you ever needed to get a job, you could get hired by so many places to do social media. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yeah. Like you learn real skills when you do things on a day-to-day basis that if you ever needed to use, for a job or just for, freelance work or whatever, that you could definitely make that happen.
Right. What would you pursue? Would you pursue like the Facebook ads? Would you pursue?
Yeah. So if I had money, I'd be emailing people all day. And that's the thing is I try to stay pretty broke.
Emailing people for Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So like you run ads for people and they pay you like anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500
a month. Yeah. I haven't gotten any like those high ticket numbers, but you can even do more if it's e-commerce.
Isn't that like the whole, because everybody on YouTube here has probably been hit by these ads where it's like Kai Lopez.
It's dude, like literally he started the revolution, and now like it's real that like people need this help. People don't know how to do social media right, and they especially don't know how to do sponsored ads and media buying on social media.
How does that look at scale? So does this look like you have 20 different clients? And
20 different clients. I'd probably have VAs emailing people, and then I'd have paid traffic running around the clock to get people on. I'd run an ad just to a ClickFunnels page with a bunch of testimonials, and then have people, schedule a call, get on with them, see if it makes sense, then do a demo, and then, sign them on potentially.
Now, is this something anyone can do, or does it take a lot of expertise to like learn?
Oh, no, I had my first client within 3 weeks.
Okay, but I'm talking about like, okay, you get the client, but actually doing the work on the
Facebook. YouTube. You just learn off YouTube.
That's YouTube.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I would just watch a ton of YouTube. Like, so many people are sitting wherever they are, like, not knowing how to do stuff. And you could say, all right, so say you don't know how to do it great, but you know how to do it good enough. You could get one client to give you $1,000, even if it doesn't go great, and you deliver whatever kind of service, and then you would have capital to invest in some paid stuff to learn exactly how to do it.
Right. Yeah, that is very true. Ever since running a inventory-based business, even though books are so cheap, there is overhead, and there was times where overhead would be way more expensive. Or my cash flow would go negative because I'd be spending so much on inventory and I wouldn't be making any money. Plus I'd have rent to pay. And I really started to value businesses that give you cash the same day or the same week.
Yeah.
Selling courses, any type of service, even cutting grass for somebody else. Like these business models where you get cash the same day, I realized how fortunate those people are versus books are great because you can buy a book for $1, you can sell it for 10, 20, 50. That's awesome. But being able to get paid the same day, running Facebook ads for somebody and having that cash flow.
And you normally you sell it as a service that's on a retainer. So each month, as long as they want to keep going, you collect the money each month.
And are you able to see how much money you're generating them?
Oh, yeah, 100%. With all the data they give you and pixels and everything, you can see. And so right now I actually do free trials for people and just show them the data like, all right, here was your return on ad spend. Here was how many people signed up, whatever. I have them give me the long-term value of a customer. So say you're a chiropractor, right? Someone might come in once a week or once a month. So that $100 they get from them for the first time isn't the only money they're getting. 3 out of 5 people stay long-term. And if they stay for 6 months, that's, way different ROI potentially.
Yeah. So for somebody watching this right now and they want to get started, you said YouTube. What YouTube channels specifically?
Yeah, so I just look up. You can't really go wrong, like introduction to Facebook ads. Some of the videos will be boring, but you do need to learn how to do the stuff. But I'd probably filter it to most viewed and then just go on. Like Kevin David, love him or hate him, he has a really good video on it that has a few million views. But yeah, so I'd filter it to most viewed and just go off that.
Gotcha. I didn't know he did that. I didn't know he
does everything. He sells courses on everything. So that's the thing. It's like we could make a video on how to do fit. Enough to make a video on it. You know what I mean? And that's all. But
I don't even know if I know enough. Like you don't realize how little I do in my business. I make the ads and then I say, is this ad working? Yes, this ad had 17 sales. Okay, I'm gonna do more of that. Like I literally I probably do know more than the average person, but I don't dive into that stuff. I understand like the pixels. People listening probably don't even know what a pixel is. A pixel is like when you visit a website, the whole reason why you get hit with the Facebook ad, like, hey, I saw that you checked out the page, but you didn't order, blah, blah, blah. It's because they track that you visited the website, but you didn't purchase. So every time you visit Pizza Hut, Miles website.
Any big company you'll get.
Yeah, even go to bookblueprint.com right now. You'll get pixeled. You get hit my Facebook ads for the next month. Miles gets pixeled every day.
Every single day, yeah.
So let's take a step back when you're a freshman in college. You said that if you could do this again, what was your answer with that? You said that you would.
I would probably not go to school, but I would just watch a ton of. If I didn't know, like I know what I know now.
Yes.
Oh, I would go and meet, and if there was no corona, immediately go to Bali and just head down, like work 4 hours, beach 6 hours, like spend $1,000 a month, and like hopefully scale it up pretty big. But
you would just go pure Facebook.
Pure, yeah, oh yeah, because that's the thing is I built up a following around doing that and living in Bali, wherever, spending no money and just like build up like a cool personal brand, I think.
Gotcha. And currently, who is your personal brand mostly composed of? Is it shoe sellers?
It's getting it to a lot of investing, because most of my shoe buys these days are from groups I'm in, like paid groups I'm in that it just makes sense to pay $100 to get links fed to you every day of profitable shoes. So we're not allowed to post SKUs and everything too often. So it's mostly investing and stuff right now, because that's also my biggest focus is not only like there's good money coming in, just also, investing it and deploying it in productive ways. And that's the thing is, so not everyone can sell shoes, well, they can, but not everyone's going to sell shoes. Not everyone's going to sell books. Not everyone's going to own their business, but everyone should invest. Everyone that follows me can and should invest. So it's really bringing that education that I think can help people and just showing them, the feasibility of it, how compound interest works, how the guys who are hitting them with YouTube ads are complete frauds, like that it's not the right way to do things and everything.
Are your friends like into investing at all, or is this all like the whole one thing I love about Instagram, it's connected me in YouTube and Facebook, it's connected me to other like-minded resellers, other like-minded booksellers.
Yeah.
You said it's all online. You don't have any friends that are doing this. Like you don't go to college.
Investing like in real life. Oh yeah. So everyone that's friends with me in real life, like I kick their ass to get a credit card, turn on auto pay. Don't spend like $5 a month on it, because we're all young. Most people don't have it yet, but it's important to do. And then, I'll give them all the types of methods I make money, show them exactly how to do it. Whether they do it or not, it's on them, whatever. And then also starting a Roth IRA. I annoy all my friends to start a Roth IRA too.
Gotcha. But my point is, they say you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So I'm trying to see like how you got in this like investment.
Oh yeah, consuming a lot, reading books. Like I have it right here. Tony Robbins, Money Master the Game. You probably have it on the bookshelf behind you. This is a really good book to get into that mindset. And then reading blogs too. And then just There's
Are your parents like into investing at all?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Okay.
Unbelievably helpful. I didn't think they were right for a few years, but they completely were once I started consuming people on the internet's content. But they were completely right about everything, pretty much.
Gotcha.
So that has been helpful because they encourage it. They see the value and everything. They're like, if I come to them and be like, boom, like get this credit card, we'll make $500. Like as long as it's been like 6 months since the last one, they'll be like, yeah, like all right. I mean, we like won the house outright, so it's cool that they're able to do that stuff too. But yeah, they were right about everything. And
they're completely supportive of all the little hustles you got going on.
Yeah, that's the thing is because it makes money. Like if I don't want to move out for a few months after post graduation in December, like that's fine because money's still coming in. When I'm in my room, like talking to you, like it's productive. Like I do calls to clients and everything, and they see shoes coming out. Like I'll show like investing milestones and everything, and they follow me on social media as well too. So that's helpful. A Facebook user asked, "Where are you investing on an app?" So Vanguard.com is the brokerage I use. It's similar to a Robinhood or a Webull. These different apps that are coming up now. The reason why I like Vanguard is because they pretty much invented the index fund, their founder, and then it's been around for a while. And also the UI. Sorry?
Do they have an app?
They do, but I don't use it. There's no point in using that because you don't want to be checking it a lot because you're investing, for 10, 20, 30 years down the line.
Gotcha. And what do you say about Robinhood?
I don't like it because they encourage trading, like actively managing your portfolio and everything, and that's statistically a failing idea. I get that some people might hit big, but the majority of people who actively manage their portfolios lose. Like the way I think about it is, so at individual stocks are like gambling, right? The stuff you probably do on Robinhood or whatever. They're just there's a chance Apple could continue to grow. They probably will. I don't know if they will, but they may not. But if you can bet that the overall market, that the U.S. economy will continue to grow, and you can buy that through an index fund, it's pretty much like betting on the casino, betting that the casino will do well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I was about to ask another question about investing because I literally know nothing about this.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get you some good blogs, and we should get some resources tagged below after this on how to do it. But dude, literally, that's the thing. $500 a month will make you a millionaire in 30 years. If you just consistently do $500 a month for 30 years, statistically based on average returns, that'll grow between 7 and 10.
I was about to ask you. You mentioned on average, like the reason why it works because it's always going up.
Or not always, but like
on average over the years.
Yeah, Great Depression, but in the grand scheme of things, 2008.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, yeah.
Have you read Fooled by Randomness?
Oh no, I think I've heard you talk about it though. I haven't read.
Yeah, it's written by an investor where everyone looks at him as like everyone who's into investing got really mad at him because there's a lot of people that made it big in investing, but he's like, the only reason why you made it big was because you got lucky. And I think he even said Warren Buffett got lucky. So a lot of people are upset.
Well, that's the thing is Warren Buffett's, he says for the average person, just buy the index, and you'll win just because that's betting that the, economy of the world and the US will continue to grow, which if that doesn't happen, we have problems way bigger than money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as I was reading his book, I was like, okay, I'm not investing right now, but I was taking the advice and I was putting it towards business. And in business, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Like you don't want to. Yeah. And I learned that mistake last October because my Amazon account got shut down, 0 income for a month and a half. And I was just like, wow, I don't want this to ever happen again. Now I have 3 Amazon accounts. I have course income. I have different income streams, and I'm building out more and more. In a while, I'll have investment income after.
There we go. Yeah, I love that.
I'm going to buy your course. Like I will. Like the $25.
I don't have, dude. That's the thing is, I don't have anything that teaches that because it's so simple that you can just look at like one of my pictures.
I just want to buy your course just to see all the because I know you said that's how you like all the different ways.
Yeah. So I have two Gumroad courses. One of which is just on sneakers. And then one of them, which I actually came out with last month, about a month ago, is called the Side Hustle Strategy Guide. And that talks about everything I do. That's about 1 hour or so, 1 hour, 15-minute long webinar where I just got on the list, like, boom, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how
you should make one on saving money and then like kind of branch off a little bit into investing, maybe not go too deep in the weeds.
That's the thing is it's hard to give advice on it because, like, one, I live at home and make money already, so I'm ridiculously advantaged in talking about that. But yeah, I get tons of questions about that. I just refer people to blogs and everything, and
gotcha.
That's where you really find good information on it.
We got one of your people in here. We got Hidden Jewels in here saying that the course was great. I bought it last week.
Yeah, yep. We'll have Avery will have those linked below for anyone who's interested.
Yeah, they're linked below right now.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made one of those in May, and then I made the other last month in September. But that's been really cool because I'm sure it's the same way with you. Like, I'll answer questions all day, but there gets to a point when it's our time being better used for someone just to invest in it. One, because the way when I invest in stuff, it makes me way more likely to use it. And then two, you have to think of what your time's worth. You could find a good amount of the stuff I teach, not guarantee not everything, on YouTube, but say if you spend 10 hours digging for that on YouTube and you find it, sure, but that means your time's only worth $5.
Yeah, it's curated all in one place. And YouTube is meant to entertain, which means like when people go like they're like, wait till the end of the video, we're gonna tell you the secret. Like, YouTube's all about watch time. It's all about getting people to watch other videos. So, of course, it's like it cuts all that bullshit, and it's like right here, this is what you do. Clear cut, boring, like step 1, step 2, step 3.
When people pay, you can definitely throw extra nuggets in there when people pay for the information that just totally put it over the top, and that just is also stuff you don't want to go super mainstream with.
100%. Yeah, I value courses a lot. My roommate Rakin, he buys courses all the time because he pays for coaching more than buying courses. Though.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, so he'll just tell somebody, like even me, he'll be like, look, I want you to teach me this, like, and I'll pay you $150 because number one, he's invested. He pays for personal trainers. He's even paid for like a stylist. He paid for. He's learning wholesale now. So
Tony Robbins, I know he likes a lot. I was just watching it again last night. That 60th birthday video that I literally sent it to you. That shit was so powerful.
Yeah, he is. He's a phenomenal speaker too, man. He's got so much energy.
Yeah, and it's like about a year ago you went to his seminar, right?
Yeah, that's why I live here, man. That's why I live in Miami now, is because I came down here.
God, like that feels like it was yesterday, but it also feels like it was so long ago. At this, like, so much like productive stuff has happened between now and then, and like also like I think of what I could have gotten done. But I
look back at the beginning of last year, and it feels like a really long time ago.
Yeah, 2020.
2019.
2019. Yeah, because that was when I
was on Reezy's show for the first time. I was at my parents' house. I never lived on my own.
2 years ago this month, I listened to that podcast. Swear to God.
Really?
Yep.
Is that how you discovered me?
So here we go. So Reezy had interviewed. Do you know RNZY, Renzi? They're a husband and wife. They sell a ton of shoes. So I had followed them. By some grace of God, they came up on my personal Instagram feed. Have no idea how. And then Reezy had interviewed them. So I was listening to that. And I go to this dude, Reezy. He's got the beard. I'm like, this guy's selling books. What are they talking about? It was 2 years ago this month. I watched all of them, didn't act on it for like a year. And then I remember I was listening to whatever the caption was. He got me into it. It's like, dude, like lives in car, traveling books. Who names himself Romer the Romer? And then that was what I did. And then I remember right when I made my page, I followed you, and then eventually started engaging, whatever. And then we ended up meeting each other last summer. Then, but yeah, that was how I found it.
Yeah, and I look all the way back to then, and I'm just like, holy shit, I can't believe that was last year. I mean, it's over a year now, but it was 2019. Like, so much has changed, and I think in life, time goes faster, but when you look back on things, like 2019 seems so far away because so much has happened. Like coronavirus has happened. Yeah. I moved out of my parents' house into my first place in Nashville, and then I moved down here to Miami. I went to like so many different networking events, so many changes in my business. Like restricted inventory is only a little bit over a year old.
Crazy. I remember when that started. Yeah.
Yeah, and just all these different changes. Like 2019, at the beginning of last year, no restricted inventory. My social media following wasn't huge. There's like a lot. So much has changed, and like it feels like 5 years almost.
Yeah, and you think about like the way one idea can end up being, so powerful just because you acted on it. Like I don't know someone definitely thought of a restricted inventory service prior and didn't act on it and everything, but I mean, you clearly did and end up working out awesome.
Yeah, that was one of those things where, and again, back to that book, Fooled by Randomness. Like shit will just happen. Like good things will happen to you, bad things will happen to you. But opportunity is going to come regardless. But there's going to be more opportunity the more you put yourself out there. Dan Kennedy talks about this. Dan Kennedy, you know him? He's a copywriter guy. You should look into his stuff.
No. I will have to check him out.
He's got all the no bullshit books, like no bullshit time management. He's got all these different books.
Dude, I'm on your email list just to look at the copy because I know you guys do a good job, and Steve's too. Whenever Steve like opens up an affiliate or anything, I always put my name just to see the copy that I can learn from.
100%. What was I just talking about? Dan Kennedy. Before that, I was about to get into something. What was it? Nassim, Fooled by Randomness. So if you do a bunch of things, and Dan Kennedy talks about this, like you have to put yourself out there. And right now it's hard to put yourself out there because we live in a world where, you can't go out and meet a lot of people, depending on where you're at. I go salsa dancing and shit, but in some cities, like especially in the Northeast.
Yeah, and that's just personal preference, dude. I've driven less than 1,000 miles this year, and made the most money in my life by triple. Like that. That's why it's like I'm just so
The thing is, so he talks about getting out of the house to open yourself up to business opportunities.
I can't wait. As much as
you're already doing it because you're posting on social media so much.
Yeah.
You're exposing yourself to this, even if it's just people buying your course or affiliate stuff. But you're even like me. I saw you, and I'm reaching out now. I'm like, hey, I saw your post last week about you saved 100K, and I'm like, wow, like hop on my YouTube channel, like. You're putting yourself out there. It's like you're every time you post on Instagram, you're stepping into a room. I like to think of it this way. When you post on your Instagram story, it's like, imagine like, here's my apartment right now. So I got windows there. I got windows all around me. When you post on your Instagram story, it's a really strange thing that happens. It's like everybody, people watch Instagram stories. Just boom, boom,
boom.
Literally. They're going fast, but every once in a while they'll slow down. They're like, wait, what's going on here? So imagine like just a bunch of faces like popping up all the time. Like people zoom in.
Like the Tony Robbins event, like the virtual.
Yeah, exactly. Like having like a screen. Imagine how creepy it would be. Like you're posting a story, like 1,000 people around here are like all looking at you. Some people aren't even looking. Some people are just like have their phone open. Other people are like looking really close. Some people are screenshotting. But it's like people are going in and out, and it's important to realize like social media is fucking powerful. Like, of course, Gary Vee talks about this all the time, but if you just look at the raw numbers, how many people are seeing your shit?
I couldn't imagine not posting ads. And I get that neither of us post at scale the way, we should theoretically, but we still post a shit ton. You know what I mean? Like, that's
you have endurance, man. I give it to you. Because I see a lot of people come and go. I see people post.
Every single day. And I'm on my phone way too much to begin with, but at least like I am getting content out there every day.
Yeah, and after consistently posting for a few years, you begin to respect people who post a lot on social media because it's no longer, they are addicted to the dopamine. Like number one, you can't fake that. They're definitely
100%.
But there's also ups and downs. Sometimes it's not as rewarding to post. And people who post consistently for a long time, I really respect it because to the outside world, it doesn't look like a lot of work, but it is so much work.
And that's the thing is, Gary was talking about this, and I didn't take action on it last year. He was like, if everyone listening to this posted on TikTok once a day, like in a year, something good was happening. And that's happened to me with Instagram.
TikTok is insane, dude. I saw even you on TikTok. You got like hundreds of
I have like 6 videos and 3 of them went viral. But it's so hard to find my voice. I hate to say it, but it is so hard to find my voice on there. It's a horrible limiting belief. But like, I've just found it so hard to find my voice on there.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean, find your voice?
Knowing what to post, honestly.
Gotcha.
And I get that you guys, you guys, and then Paul's gone viral too. I interviewed Paul a few weeks ago, but he's killing.
I saw that. Yeah, I had a video on here. It's so weird too, because we're messing with the TikTok algorithm. Like we'll repost videos just to see how they do. One of my videos got 107,000 views. I reposted it. And some videos I repost, they'll get more views. Some videos I repost, they'll get less. But I literally just download it, repost it, and sometimes it gets more views. Who knows why? Same hashtags, just a different time. TikTok is so weird.
Yeah, I gotta get on that actually, because I the first time I went viral was about a year ago on there. It was a good book call. I still remember that book call, but
you only have 5 videos posted, right?
I've deleted a lot. Like I only have the viral ones, but
Gotcha,
yeah.
Gotcha. Smart.
I've only posted less than 20 times total.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude, TikTok, it's real, and those people are real, because I sell my course, and part of selling my course on the webinar is if people show up to the webinar and they purchase on the webinar, they get a 30-minute phone call with me. And I will talk to the people, like, where'd you come from? And only 30% of our attendees are from TikTok, but most of the people I talk to on the phone, I don't know if it's because people from TikTok are friendlier and they want to talk on the phone more, or if more people are purchasing our course from TikTok. It's either one of those two things. I hope it's the former, but who knows? Maybe just more people from TikTok.
Yeah, I got to get on that, because one of my friends, Angelo Profit Plug, actually, I don't know if you know him, but he's
Profit Plug, yeah.
He has over 100K.
RestrictedInventory.com.
Oh, he's a RI.com client.
RestrictedInventory.com. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna throw this on. I don't even know if I have it in here. I used to have an ad that I could throw. Oh yeah, RestrictedInventory.com, babe.
Grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking Well Show.
Send us your textbooks, DVDs, CDs, and we will sell them for you on a 50-50 split net profit.
Yeah, so
profit with the prime bump.
There we go. Yeah, so what he did was, so he has 100,000 followers on there, and so I'm on his ass so we can create an email list off it. And what we'll do is probably like, I'll create the ConvertKit, I'll do everything, and then we'll just split whatever revenue comes through at 50-50. But like, I'm actually about to call him after this probably so we can do that. But
yeah, do that.
And then he actually
because people listening right now, they're all book people. Like, what the hell is ConvertKit? What is
oh yeah.
Email marketing? Like, why is this important?
Oh yeah, it's just, so what we'll do is to get even more complicated, what I'll probably do is have him make a Facebook page and run it to a messenger bot, and then have the messenger bot get the email and then Zapier it over to ConvertKit. But to not ridiculously overcomplicate things, it's another channel to market through. You know, when you're on social media, you have a million different things you can click, but when you're in an email, you can either click to the next email, you can delete it, or you can consume whatever's in it. You know, it's the same thing as why, I'm in your messenger bot too, because I know you do a lot of course things through there, just to see what's said. You know how it's a really good messenger bot? Your guy Philip from Germany.
Really?
His you should get on that right after. His messenger bot hits me up like
I'm in his mentor's messaging bot.
Oh,
which is the gym guy. He's so buff, his neck's like bigger than his head, but that's who Philip learned from, and he will relentlessly message me. Like, he's got it. I don't know if he programmed it to where it sends out like 6 weeks later, but he's like, "Are you still there?"
I think that's got to be some premium ManyChat thing or something, because I can't figure out how to delay messages more than 3 seconds. But so that's what we'll probably do. And that actually I should get on today. But I love messenger bots, and it's so cheap too, $10 a month. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And I'll go back to that just to like kind of introduce this idea to my audience. I really talk about this all the time. It's like, you want to be able to control, this is not the right word for it, but as a social media person, you want to be able to control your traffic. So,
that's literally exactly what Russell says in
yeah.
Oh my God. It just knocked off the whole book stacks. What he teases.
Is that what just happened? I heard all that noise.
So I took .com secrets out, and then the whole line of books fell, and then fell off the side. It was worth it though.
So Russell talks about this, and when you post on social media, you want to be able to control your traffic somehow. So Miles can post on TikTok, and maybe he's getting 100,000 views. TikTok could ban him. President Trump comes in and says, "Fuck it, Miles, you're done. Delete the app off your phone. You can't download it anymore." Miles on Instagram your stories get a lot of views right now, but something could change in the future where whatever, for whatever reason, maybe they don't prefer you anymore. YouTube, maybe your YouTube account just gets hidden. That's what Steve thinks is happening in his. But these platforms, the algorithms will change and they will control how much views you get. So when you control your own traffic, when you have your own email list, when you have a list of people that you can contact whenever you want to, and if you can get directly to their phone, like Gary Vee's big on this, but like text message, get directly to their phone, like that's the biggest thing. If you can just get there, but you want to have their attention somehow. And in the book world, to tie this back to like reselling, I think the biggest thing, well, first of all, booksellers and resellers in general, they suck. In my opinion, they suck at building systems and they suck at marketing. And these are two things you need to like actually have a business. You have to be good at marketing. I don't care what business you're in, and you have to be good at building systems. And it's something that resellers neglect because it's easy. You can go find a product and resell it. They don't think about hiring employees. They don't think about building systems around it. And also marketing. Like Amazon did all the marketing for us. Amazon has all the customers. Well, those aren't your customers. Those are Amazon customers. You have to market towards places where you're going to get books.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm fast. I think it would be so fun, and I get that it'd be unbelievably hard at the same time to have like your own private label product, not even on Amazon, but just like Shopify store and like these little brands on Instagram and everything. They probably get on TikTok too. That have like, it's so impressive when they just have like a Shopify store and an Instagram with a dope ass feed, and that's all their overhead. Like, I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, it is. And speaking of that, Daniel Dos Santos, you know him?
I think.
You guys should follow him. I don't know if I have any people in the audience than Daniel. He was actually one of my consigners as well, who blew up on TikTok. So he was a restrictedinventory.com user. That's the only reason why I knew his name. And then all of a sudden, I heard through the grapevine that this dude's killing it on TikTok.
Yeah, I think was he the one whose Scout IQ affiliate did ridiculously well? Because Caleb told me someone did crazy well on TikTok.
Yeah, his Scout IQ affiliate did crazy well.
That Scout IQ affiliate, I get that it's only like between $2 and like $10 per person, but either way, Caleb pays for 2 coffees of mine every month. You know, like I get $10 to $15. I'll take it like all day.
He had Daniel Dos Santos had a video that got 1 million views, and he had a call to action to visit his profile, which he was giving away a free course, and so people would set up an account, and then once they set up an account, he said, if you sign up through my affiliate link, I'll give you a 15-minute free phone call. And he got like a ton of people to sign up, and only 3 people took him up on the 15-minute phone call, which shows how most people don't take action. But what was I going to say about him before? I was talking about him. What were you just talking about? The reason why I brought him up, it was for something else. It wasn't to talk about the affiliate. Damn it. I need to take some like nootropics or something, dude. My brain's just going. I forget what it was, but we'll come back to that. But I think it was something about, I was talking about how as a bookseller, you do want to have like a list, like regardless of if you're like a social media person or not, like you want to have a list of people you can reach out to again.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do sometime, and probably pretty soon. I'm going to make a free course and have the link go to ManyChat, and then take their email from ManyChat and then deliver the course from the email. And I think that'll work pretty well. But
yeah.
And that's the thing. I think I could get a ton of people with the free course too. One, it would help people too, but also from the marketing perspective.
Yeah, 100%. And when people, you'll probably see the difference because do you have like a course group at all right now?
No, because everything's under $50, so I'm not going to create a group.
I'm interested to see how invested people, because if you give something away for free, it's a lot different than charging for it. And what I've noticed is like when you charge people for something, they're more likely to take action.
Yeah, so I have 500 people on my Gumroad email list though, so that's the main one. And I used to do ConvertKit, but something got screwed up with my membership, so I canceled the account. So I lost like 100 people. I'll probably start that up again. But the Gumroad email list prints money. That's been a good experiment for me with some email marketing stuff, because like it converts at like 10% if people click. Like almost everyone buys. It's just getting them to open. Obviously,
you're sending all the emails from ConvertKit.
I lost like 100 because I canceled my account. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just like wasn't doing well enough for it to justify paying for it.
For paying for it. Okay.
I had the paid version.
Gotcha. Yeah, they recently just banned restricted inventory. Went through a lot this last couple weeks. They banned ConvertKit, or they didn't ban it, but they shut our account down because we had a new account for restricted inventory customers. So I couldn't even reach out to my customers for a while. And then PayPal shut us down too.
Oh, PayPal is the worst. What was up with that?
We're still dealing with it today. I just got a notification this morning that all the payments we've sent to like 50 consigners, all of them were canceled. So I think it's just a combination of I set up a new bank account. I had my assistant overseas make the payments, because if you make a mass payment, PayPal charges $1 per person. So if I pay out like 200 people, it's $200.
Yeah, exactly.
I could save that by just having my VA spend 2 hours, which is $5, just to send everybody the payment. So I had to do that. I think something triggered the system. So
PayPal's the worst, dude. I was banned for like 3 years, and I got back on it somehow with the same email, and they've just been cool with it for like 6 months. Fingers crossed. And
Aslo too. I used to recommend Aslo Bank, but they don't.
I never even heard of that.
You can't. It's a online bank. It's super easy to use. It's got like a really nice user interface. But you can't log in. Like you can't type in your name on PayPal. Like you can type in it wants a username. It doesn't want an email. So if you try to type in an email, it won't let you. So we can't even verify our bank. So that's another issue. So for everyone using Aslo, be careful, because it's good until it doesn't work with PayPal.
Yeah, I got one question for you. Walk me through the current credit card lineup
that I use.
Yeah,
I'm simplifying everything down to Amex. I did a lot of bonuses last year. I got
sweet.
Fifth Third. I got 0% interest. Well, I got 0% interest. That was the biggest thing to me at the time. I got 0% interest for a year on Fifth Third. I got 0% interest on Discover, which I don't know if you told me about that.
I think I did. Yeah, Discover's awesome. Like zero annual.
I might have posted about it, and you might have been like, "Look, like you can refer people." It's something like that.
There's Discover, one, because it's zero annual fee. I'm keeping it forever, but also it's $500 a year for life and referrals, so that's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, that's nice. I need to get better at referring that to people. Is your strategy just refer, like just stories? Instagram?
Yeah, stories. I made some posts back in April when I had a lot of referrals to give out, because they limit the amount you can get per year. But I haven't been posting about it much because I was maxed on everything, so there was, it would be kind of counterproductive to. I mean, obviously providing value. Yeah, I post every now and again about it, but now that I have new ones, it makes sense to post about the value and everything. But so all right, so what Amexes do you have?
I have is it the Platinum?
Oh, the big guy. That annual fee is killer. I hate that annual fee.
Yeah. I don't know when the annual fee hits, but I heard if you call them, you can just get it canceled.
Yes.
To Chris Boss.
And according to who?
Chris Boss. I don't know if it was specifically for Amex or not.
No, it can work though. If you obviously, there's always a chance. So I would definitely set the alarm to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. During COVID, I got a lot of my payments deferred. So minimum payments, we just put them down like 3 months. They were really nice. So Fifth Third, which wasn't great, like no crazy benefits, but 0% interest for the year. I'm trying to get everything to Amex because I'm spending so much money on Facebook ads each week.
Oh, that gold,
$4.
4x on the Biz Gold is crazy on ads. That's so helpful.
Really? The gold?
Oh, get that today. Yeah. Oh my God. 4x points back on ad spend. It's literally like.
What is it on the Platinum?
1, like nothing.
Oh, wow.
Basic, yeah. But then you'd be like, then you'd have a ton of annual fees. But you could even just use it for 1 year, use it for the ad spend, get the sign-up bonus. Then it'd be super profitable. Then you could always
what is the annual fee on that?
$295, but the sign-up bonus will get you like $500. So there's a net gain at least in the first year. But definitely with the amount you spend on ads.
Referral program as well.
Oh yeah, Amex is awesome on it. You could get another like $450 off referrals. I
have Chase as well, the one that gets 5% on Amazon purchases.
Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta get the baby Chases are so good. There's 0 annual fee and you can get like a free $200. Like those are really good as well.
Nice. I'm setting up some new bank accounts. Do you have any recommendations?
Chase Business Bank. If you have $1,500 to let sit there for 6 weeks, they'll give you $500.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's fire. Oh my God, that's a good one. I did that started this year.
Chase.
It's like just literally Chase, but you have to make sure you like do it through the right offer though. And I don't even know if it's still going, but that's fire. I love that one.
Perfect. I'm gonna look into that. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. Do you have any last words for people?
I don't think so. You can
money.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Flips4Miles, YouTube.
I have your IG below as well.
Yep. Just started a podcast on YouTube a few weeks ago. But that's where I'm mostly active on Instagram and Twitter. And Twitter's just Miles Longstreth. Dude, Twitter is I actually really like the Twitter community too. They'll like make money online part of Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not a Twitter person at all. I would probably step it up.
It's way easier for people to give out nuggets because it's a 3-line, piece of content they can just type out whenever. So you get tons of them on Twitter. Yeah,
you're taking all that content, you're screenshotting it, and
that's big too. Yeah, Gary wanted me to do that. Yeah, Gary does that from time to time.
Yeah.
So that actually makes it a hell of a lot easier to post daily on Instagram feed. Just recycle tweets.
One more question before I leave. Are you like 100% a one-man army? Like, do you have any virtual assistants?
I had one at the start of Corona, and I think for the agency outreach part, I'm gonna get her on again. But other than that, yeah, just because day to day, like reselling wise, you're either shipping stuff out or you're not, and then buying, you can't outsource buying shoes. I mean, you could, but it'd be hard. But yeah, one-man army for now.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yeah, definitely.